Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. We are at the stage of starting the cover, which is super exciting. I am not going to show you what I've gotten done on the journal until we get done with the cover. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut this piece of leather coat up, because remember we're repurposing, and get a piece of leather cut and get my piece of fabric cut, and then I will be back to show you what my plan is. Okay, just saying that cutting into this makes me so nervous. I don't want to mess this up. I have never worked with leather before, but this is such a, oh, and the inside suede-y. Ooh. All right, very cool. Well, you know what? Nothing's set in stone till we're done, right? So I'm just going to continue to cut along this seam to the end and over to the next seam. And that's going to give me a nice big piece that's plenty big to work with. And I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so my iron is heating up and I have my the fabric for the inner that I'm going to use. And I found this J on it, so I definitely want to try to get that caught in the front if I can. If not, then maybe I'll cut it out and make a stamp of it. I have like a bunch of this fabric. I got it for a really great deal on Marketplace, and I washed it, and I've already gotten rid of a yard of it, and I think I still have 2 yards of it left, so I'll probably never use it all. Anyway, but it's got like all of these letters and just sayings and different kind of flowers on it. Don't mind my crafting ironing board is super dirty and disgusting. It's gross. So I have some interfacing here that I'm going to iron on to the bottom side just to give my inner fabric some stability. And so once I do that, I'm going to cut it to size, and I'm going to sew in my 3 signatures using the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and hopefully I can get it right because I'm just sewing it in through the fabric and the interfacing and not through the leather because I don't want it showing through the leather. So we'll see how this works out. Fingers crossed. Okay, I'm going to iron it, trim it down to size, and I'll be back. So just a note, if you are using an interfacing that to stabilize your fabric, please make sure that you read the manufacturer's instructions. I'm saying do as I say and not as I do. I don't have the instructions anymore for this is a remnant from a project that I had made. And anyway, I don't have my iron set very high. I'm just taking it slowly and just checking. Oops, see, don't look at my crafting ironing mat. It's so gross. I need to make a new one. Anyway, but you want to make sure that that's adhered really well. It doesn't separate. So so definitely, like, even if you just buy a little bit of it, read the instructions. It'll come with almost like a tissue paper thing in the middle of it, and it'll tell you steam or no steam, high heat, whatever you need to know about that particular interfacing and how to care for it. So like if you need to wash whatever, whether or not it's washable. So just be mindful of that. This is probably I'm going to say Pellon, but that may not be the right word. It starts with a P. Anyway, I look for remnants all the time. But anyway, so just, I do want to say that, be mindful. I'm not giving you specifics on how to do it because it depends on manufacturer, the type of glue, how heavy your interfacing is. There are a lot of factors that go into it. So just be mindful and make sure that you read the directions before you start to adhere to your fabric. So anyway, I just thought of that when I'm ironing it. And I'm like, oh, I didn't say that. And I did want to share that little tip. So, okay. Okay, we have piece of fabric that is backed with interfacing. And this fabric is going to measure 9 by 15. Okay, so this is going to be tricky because it's just over 15. Or it's not actually, I just don't have it all squared up, whatever. Anyway, details, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half and I'm going to crease it really, really well. And then I'm going to take a sewing pin and I'm going to mark the center. And then I have to figure out, this is only allowing me about 2 inches for my spine. So without showing you anything on the inside, let's see. It's good. Uh-oh. See, I didn't follow the directions and that's peeling apart. So I have to iron that. All right. My desk is a mess. You guys know I'm a mess doing all this stuff. All right. So, I got the VA's calling me. So I'll be back. My goodness. It was to confirm an appointment that I have already confirmed like a gajillion times. I know, exaggeration. Okay, I'm trying not to show you because I don't want to show you the inside until I'm done. But anyway, so I'm going to fold it in half and we have 3 signatures. And I think that this is going to work because, see, I'm showing you. I put the dragonfly on front so you get to see. And then it's going to give me, I figured I needed a 2 full inches for the spine. So I'm going to work that out. I'm going to get that sewn in. And then with the other piece, let's like not make you dizzy because I'm moving here. Sorry about that. Clearly I'm not using the doodad that holds the phone today. Anyway, so I have my piece of leather cut where I know I'm going to have enough here. So basically what this is going to look like, this is super suedey and it feels so good. And I almost flipped it, but it's got this where it got wet or something, but it's out of a coat. So I didn't, I wasn't too fussy with it. Oops, hopefully nothing just fell out of that. So what's gonna look like is we'll match up our corners here once I get the signature sewn in. And somehow, I don't know exactly how I'm gonna finish it yet because this is all new to me. But that'll be our front, and I'm going to make an embellishment for the front, and I have an idea. My friend sent me an idea this morning. And anyway, so that's going to be our inside cover, which I think is going to be really pretty, and I love the vintage feel. I think it's appropriate with the love letters and postcards and stuff. And anyway, and then we have to figure out a closure, which I haven't quite decided yet. So lots of things I have to figure out along the way. But my goal is to be completely done with this afternoon. And it's 1 o'clock and I don't have a whole lot of time, so I better get cracking. So I'll be back. Okay, so I decided just to go around the edge with a stitch. It's not completely straight, and that's okay because I'm still not sure exactly how I want to finish it. But I didn't feel like ironing it again. And I have dark purple thread in here, so I will see if I can do this. I don't know if I can. At least a few stitches here while you're watching. We'll see. I'm crooked on my fabric for making it crooked to kind of try to show you guys. So anyway, try to get this done. I hope that's not too loud in the camera. We got a ton of snow last night. I can't believe it. It's ridiculous. So I'll tell you about that when I come back. I'm just going to go all the way around this edge and pray that I have enough thread in my bobbin for this color because I didn't want to do a new bobbin. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, so I have the edge all stitched all the way around. And I'm going to start sewing in my signatures. So I'm really excited about that. And then once I get the signatures sewn in and I get the leather on, I will come back and we will work on the piece for the cover together. And then I'll tell you about the weather and tell you about my son and his girlfriend. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'll be back in a little while. Okay, guys. Was anybody hollering at me to not sew around the edge until after I did my signatures in? Because it's like super close. And by not having a stabilizer on my spine, that was a little challenging for me. So do you guys sew? Has anybody done something like this before? And if you have, do you have any tips or tricks or whatever? Because that was a little challenging. So the next part of the challenge is going to be actually fitting the leather and getting it on here like I want. So what I'm thinking is, oh, and by the way, the lines that I drew were with this water erasable marker. So the blue lines that I drew on the fabric, I'll just take like a wet Q-tip or something, and those blue lines will go away. That's a great marking pen for seamstress type work. Okay, so here's my thought. And I apologize if I'm not holding the camera steady enough. I'm clearly just holding it with my hands still. Okay, so here's my challenge and what I'm not sure about that I'm gonna have to figure out. So I'm gonna put this seam, ideally, is going to be along the middle signature. So that would be like the center of my spine, okay? And then what I'm thinking, or trying to figure out, I should say, boy, I didn't cut that any too big, is do I want to maybe, I'm kind of afraid, I don't know if I can roll that and just sew a straight stitch on my sewing machine. It's not as thick as what I was thinking it was. And like when I was sewing masks and stuff, I really asked a lot of my machine, and maybe if I put a new needle, it will go. But I'm not sure about the raw edge, which this raw edge is fine. This is the edge that I'm a little concerned because you can see that white, but I could just ink that. What if I just take ink and distress around the edge of that fabric? Let me see if we can test. I was playing with the stitches on my sewing machine to see what I wanted to do with that. So let's see. I'm going to put you in the holder for a second. So this will be a little crooked, but for the purpose of this little experiment, I don't think that's really going to matter. So this is the Ground Espresso, which you guys know I love that color. Oh, that's not the right thing to sample on. Duh. All right. So this has some interfacing on it, on the edge there. Oh, so see, I don't think that's going to take. Well, it might. No, I don't think that's going to take without a lot of time and effort. So ixnay on distressing that. You guys have seen the cover. If I'm careful, I won't show you any of the inside things that I added. Yesterday I worked on this thing like all day long. It was awesome. So if we just, you know, I really don't think, here, I'll do that. I don't think that'll be bad if I just have it in there and I glue that real well. I don't think we'll see that. I know I'm off screen. I've got my iPad here because I'm listening to murder shows while I'm working on this. So if I cut this down and I leave like, if I cut this down and I leave, I've never done this before, so you are experiencing this with me for the first time. So on that front edge, I think if I leave just like 1/8 of an inch, we're really not going to see that interfacing once we get that glued down. So maybe I just won't worry about it. I'm just not going to worry about it. I'll just leave a little bit, like my fabric I cut to 9, so I'll cut my leather to 9.5, and then that will give me 1/8 of an inch, like on the top and the bottom. Actually, that's 1/4 of an inch. No. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot today. That's 1/4 of an inch. Yeah. Believe it or not, I do know how to do math. I'm just tired today. Okay, the 1/2 inch will work. That'll give me 1/4 inch at the top and the bottom. That's what I'm wanting for a little bit of overlap. And then that's gonna give me that pretty purple edge with that suede around that side. So I'm kind of bummed that it's got this marking on it here, but I didn't want to cut another piece just because of that, because I have an idea. Well, my husband actually, Mr. All my crap flowing out everywhere, gave me an idea for what to do with a pocket, which I couldn't quite make work with this, but it's gonna be a really fun thing to do. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut the height at 9.5, and that will give us the 1/4 inch at the top and the bottom for that overlap. I'm gonna do it so this seam lines up on the spine. That way I can have, because that's kind of cool to have there. And then I'm still gonna leave this long tail because I'm not sure. I know I'm going to embellish the front. I have an idea for that, but I'm not sure if I just want to do a side tie here with a strip of the leather, which would be really cool, through an eyelet, or if I sew a button here and put like a buttonhole in this leather, and then on the side it could, oh, what if I did like 3 buttons on the side, or 1? We'll see what we come up with. So see, it's just the process. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay, it's go time. I'm gonna start gluing, and not gonna lie, I am terrified of this process. Like, I have so much time and effort in this journal. What if I mess it up? Oh my goodness. So, fingers crossed, and I'm praying I set it down straight and it's all gonna go well. I'm gonna go slow. I'm gonna start with the spine. I'm gonna line that center signature up on this seam and just pray that it lays well and works for me. Y'all, I'm so nervous, I'm shaky, and I'm here by myself. Otherwise, I'd have hubby in here helping me glue this thing. But I have to get it done. I have to be brave and take that step, right? Because we don't learn if we don't try. So I'm trying and I'm learning, and I'm so glad y'all are here learning with me. So let's see how this goes. So a lot of PVA glue is being used here. It's the Lineco PVA that's designed for bookbinding. I'm hoping it works. If it's not gonna hold, I do have a new bottle of 3-in-1, but I wanted to use the bookbinding glue. I have used it on fabric before, not this fleecy type fabric, which is the interfacing to leather. So I'm hoping that it sticks. It feels like it's going to hold, but we'll see. Okay, so glue is drying. I had to make some modifications. The fabric that I was using, I felt like was a little bit too busy, and so I decided to add more pockets because, you know, I needed more pockets. Okay, am I trying to be where you guys can see? Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. I want a topper for the top, and I kind of measured, and I feel like I don't want to go any larger. This may have just been a game changer. See what happens when you look on your, I'm such a mess. Okay, anyway, I don't want to go any larger than this piece of cardstock. So I cut this down to a 4x6, and honestly, I kind of feel like if I go like maybe 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, I would feel a little bit better about it, because I don't want to have my entire purple spot covered up with whatever we do. So hopefully, you know what? This is what's going on. Hang on. All right, let's try that. I had to raise my thingy up. Good thing I looked. Okay, so I don't know. Under here, I've decided, well, my friend helped me decide, we're gonna put a wide band of lace so I can wrap it around and tie with a wide band of lace. So I do feel like, though, that if I I don't want to go any bigger than this because this purple is so beautiful. So I actually think I'm gonna shorten that. Make that just slightly smaller so as to not cover everything, because if I bling this out like I'm wanting to and have lace and stuff hanging, I feel like it's gonna cover the whole thing. So let's cut it down just a smidge. And then we'll get to making the topper. We'll get it all finished up. I'm really excited. What did I say? This is 4 by 6, so I said 1/4 and 1/4. I know that doesn't seem like much, but it can really make a big difference. Okay, so then I have this old hanky, and it's holey and stains up and all that. So I'm struggling with cutting it, but the lace is beautiful, so I think I want to use it. Okay. So what I'm thinking is on this corner, have the lace here, and then on this bottom corner, I have another doily, but I'm not sure. I may just dig in my stuff for lace. I don't know. But I have her. I definitely want her on the cover. This is a printable from, I believe it's an Artie Mays printable. And we've got this French railroad ticket here. And then this reminds me of the little whatever they are that, you know, I keep trying to figure out the color, or the whatever they are. And then here's a butterfly portrait here. There's a little ticket. So I don't want to get too overwhelmed. I do have this hydrangea for a pop of color, but I don't want it to get too big. So what I was thinking I would do is on the base of this cardstock, let's do a little bit of collage and start there. I think is what I want to do. I am going to lose my freaking mind on this desk, guys. I'll be really, actually very glad to be done with this project so I can clean up. I can't even think in here. And I have a swap that is due here pretty quickly that I need to get finished and mailed. Like, it's almost done. And then I have another swap that I need to do. In my group I saw a video, and it was like 3 book page pocket thingies that I've got to do and embellish and get mailed out. And a collage board, which is going to be really fun because that's just going to be like a mixed media thing for me, which I love and I really enjoy doing. So anyway, but I have to get them done and get them mailed because hubby said no more swaps until we are ready for summer. So poo-poo on that. All right, so weather-wise, we got a ton of snow last night, and like, does Mother Nature not know that it's, hello, it's the end of April, and so we have a lot of snow, and it was waking me up last night, like falling off the big part of the house, just really loud and crazy. I'm like, stop it. I'm not inking this right now. I'm just going for it. But anyway, so yeah, we have like all this snow and things were blooming. So I'm really kind of concerned about my like plants and stuff because I'm worried that they're going to get injured in the process. So I'm not real happy about that. But what can you do, right? You got to just go with the flow. So, anyway, yeah. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. She's gonna be like there, so I don't really want to waste 4 on page. If she's gonna go there, do we want that at the same angle as her? Oh, there's a staple there, so guess what we're gonna do? We're going to put a real staple there, even though it would be better if it was the same size. But I'm not going downstairs right now. Okay. Oh, a little piece of ribbon off that would have been cute. So, yeah, so it's super snowy outside. And, I mean, like, the ground is warm because we hadn't had a cold snap. I mean, I just mowed the yard a couple days ago, and it was nice out. So, like, this whole thing is just weird. But, oh, I don't want to cover that music note. You guys know I like my music notes. But anyway, so, yeah, I'm kind of like, what's going on with this weather? Anyway, so I said I would give you the update on the kid, too. And... oh, it is what it is. You know, I just have to walk away sometimes. Like this morning, I was like, I'm done. And I walked away because it's just not worth brain power to try to argue with somebody who doesn't want to listen to what you have to say anymore. He knows what he knows, and for him that's good enough, and so that's that. But the girlfriend thing the other day, like, they didn't even find a kidney stone, so I don't understand. So he called me all mad yesterday and was being quite, what is the polite word I'd like to use? There isn't one. He was being quite loud and foul-mouthed. Yeah, because they didn't find anything, and I guess the doctor did the ultrasound first or something and didn't see it, but they went ahead and did her procedure. I don't know. I just told him, I said, you know what? You just have to take that. You don't know all the facts, and stop reacting when you don't know the facts. And I don't know, maybe give the doctor the benefit of the doubt because, you know, that's his job. And so... I don't know the whole story. I mean, her mom told me that they didn't find anything, but I don't know. I don't know. These kids, I tell ya, they think they're all grown up and... Man-child, I'm telling y'all, man-child. I'm not being mean. It's an appropriate term. Okay, so I got most of the center of that, or the edges, and I want her there. And, ooh, that would have been pretty for a pop of color. Anyway. I definitely want her there. And then we have this French ticket. Oh, what if we just put that, like, there? Yeah. And where did that go? Oh. With that butterfly maybe there? What did I do with the other one with the color on it? I literally don't know what I did with it, guys. I mean, it's not like it could have gone far. Oh well. Oh well. We shall find another. I know I have another made. Oh yeah. I want this. Can you see that? Yeah. Definitely want this. I want this. This is kind of thick because I had backed it. Stick with the plan. Ooh, there's that. That would be really pretty too. Just as a piece of something. Oh, she's sticking because there's glue. Okay. She's gonna go there. That's gonna be pretty for a collage piece here. So what else is new? Not a lot. I mean, I just filmed the other video a couple days ago. There's really nothing new here. I did get the yard mowed, like I said, and then I have hubby got the bat side of the house. It's all done, like done. He took the scaffolding down. Oh, I just lied. It's not done until the window that we ordered comes in, but then it will be done. And so we're really excited about that. And oh, there it is. And so we have like quite a bit of natural, I have a lot more natural light in here, but we moved like my one set of shelves. And so that really opened up a lot of lighting for us in here, which is nice. And then, so when that other window comes, I said, oh my goodness, I definitely want to rearrange my room to maximize the natural light in here, because I just think that would be fantastic. And do I want that upside down? No, I don't. So I don't know what that will look like when the stuff comes in, or when the window comes in, because he's gonna have to open up the wall and make a new window, because we think, I need to slow down so I can actually, I don't know, sound like I'm saying a complete sentence. We think that the bathroom, this room was not actually originally a room by itself. We think this, in conjunction with the upstairs bathroom, were one room. And the reason we believe that is just the way that like the wall and the closet and stuff was done. So anyway, this bat window was closed up a long time ago, and they used the trim from the window to create the trim for the closet. So thankfully, hubby is extremely talented with finish work, and he'll be able to recreate, if there's not enough wood for the window that we ordered, he'll be able to recreate trim. So that'll be really great. And then when we put this room back together, I want to rearrange a little bit, because this room is just temporary. I've really expressed very, very clearly that when the kid graduates from school, even if he still lives here, he's no longer keeping that big room. I don't think it's right. And because if he's never home and I'm home, I want the bigger room. And yes, I know that sounds selfish. It's not selfish. If you saw the size of his room in comparison to what I'm in, and I'm home and he's not, is that gonna work? I think so. I think it will. I wonder if I can break that off. It's got like a little thingy still, and it's gonna hold it up away from there, but I think it's gonna be okay. So anyway, I really don't know that I want a lot on her, to be honest, because she's beautiful the way she is, and I just think she needs just a little pop of color. I don't have any purple butterflies. I just have my Tim Holtz butterflies here, and there's a blue one which kind of looks purpley, so I'm digging that. And then let's just see what we have. My nose is running like crazy today. I gave hubby a haircut this morning, and it's just been kind of a weird day, to be honest. I'm going to ink him. I think I'm going to use him. Although something shiny on here would be really pretty. But put that there. Done with this book page. I do think I still want this railroad ticket. I just like it. And then I feel like we need some color behind her. What if we do this little doily here to hang down there? Maybe this railroad ticket's not the right thing, but we'll see. And then, where's my, Jody? Oh, I have to find that J. on the fabric and cut it out and make a stamp. That could be something that goes on the front too. So we'll have this like this. So kind of what I'm thinking here. And that like that. And this won't be here from here down. Maybe like that. And then maybe we have a little bit of this pink curtain, because that's from what I've dyed. Oh, I was gonna ask you guys, and you can let me know in the comments. I was thinking about I know that a few of you have bought this Hortensia paper based on watching this video. So my question is, if I made a small pack of some of the pieces that I dyed to match the paper, if you think that'd be something that anybody would be interested in, as far as maybe a small Etsy purchase to buy some of those pieces. So that way I'm not just holding on to it, because I'm unlikely to use all of those again. So let me know what you think. If that's something that anybody might be interested in, let me know, please. And I mean, I'm not gonna be like all crazy with price or whatever, but I do think I'm gonna list them. I'm just not gonna use them, and why hold on to them if I know that other people are gonna be making things with the journal that maybe you would like, that tea-stained stuff that matches the journal itself. So just let me know what you think, and if you're interested, we can work something out. I'm not ooh, that would be pretty. What if I cut that in half, or cut another one, and then don't have that bulk behind there? Maybe we don't use this one, even though I do love that lace. Oh, maybe I could put maybe just a little bit of that behind her. Then you won't see everything that I did on that piece of cardstock, but that's okay. That's okay. Where are we with time? Let me mess with this for a little bit and I'll be back. Well, I forgot to turn the camera back on because I was at the sewing machine and I had to sew it together and all of that. So this is the cover, and I'm going to end this video here, tell you thank you for joining me on the journey, but I am going to immediately start a new video and do the final flip through with you. I can tell you that I'm still going to add a few hanging bits and stuff, but I'll explain that as I do the walkthrough. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Try and hold this down so that the glue will adhere. And I really appreciate it. It has been so much fun. I have absolutely loved making this journal. I am looking forward to starting Pokey Little Puppy and working on that. And then the next journal for myself. I just think I'm going to use some craft paper and junk mail and see what I can come up with. So we'll see how that goes. Stay tuned. The next video will be the final flip through of this Hortensia journal. So thank you for joining. Bye.